takes Mark 1. Rapid notes rise. I take one breath and watch the sharpened steel.
My hands take on my focus seal.
I read your break and count one beat.
I load the weight and keep the seat.
The lights grow wide along the turn.
I set the cut and let it burn.
Bass a low marks time.
Rapid notes count fast.
Small impacts clear the path. I press the floor and seal the plan. I override records again and again. I hold the edge and take the lead.
I stamp each cut and clear bright light.
I pass the verdict at the crest.
I flood the count
with marks of
speed. I keep the front and keep it clean.
If fear returns, I cut it thin. I close the case with fire and drum. Impact hits home, let it go.
I read the dust that leaves your tie.
I hear the pitch of rising
You
fire.
block the door grows thin.
I take the seam and settle in.
Your mirror shakes.
The lane turns
My
wide.
nose points through the exit's bright.
The curve accepts a steady mark. I claim the front and make it sure.
Hats drill time in steady rows.
Rapid notes bite and let go. Small impacts mark the sign. I meet the crest and draw the line. I override records again and again. I hold the edge and take the lead.
I stamp each cut and clear bright
I
light.
pass the verdict at the crest.
I flood the count with marks of speed. I keep the front and keep it clean.
If fear returns, I cut it thin. I close the case with fire and drum. I breathe once and keep the steer. The noise moves out, the path moves near. The numbers fade, the will stands firm. I lift one count and choose the turn. Snare climbs, claps a line, rapid notes, incline, higher, impact breath, release.
I override records again and again. Flash true frames confirm the lead.
History prints along the line.
The claim stands bright and stays defined.
I flood the count with marks of speed.
The flags fall down to simple truth.
If fate resists, I press again. I close the book with proof and fire. Rapid notes thin to air. Cooling ticks remain. The road exhales. Mirror ticks count once.
I hold the wheel and keep the line. Your tail is close, I track your pace. The gaps are thin like sharpened steel. My hands stay calm, my eyes stay clear. I read your break
gear climbs, collapse a line, dry leg chases and center fake out. I move like a blade inside the lane. Flash tree free flames confirm the past. History prints along the line. The The will is firm. I lift one count and press the floor. Stair climbs, claps align, saw unison swell. Revs turn white.
This crusade mood moves by torque. Flash true frames confirm the lead. History prints along the line. The claim stands bright and stays defined. His crusade moves by torque. The flags fall down to simple truth. If fate resists, I press again. I seal the win with fire and speed.
One snare, stem, keys faith in the road. Exhales.
A click cuts through the night.
Silence hits once.
I hold my breath and watch the light. I hold the wheel and keep the pace. Your tail is closed, I track your line. The lights go thin, the road stays dry. My hands stay calm, my eyes stay wide. I rate your break and count one beat. I say my strength inside the wind. The gap turns sharp like simple steel. I load my claim and do not speak.
Bass alone marks time. Rim clicks draw a path. EP stab say now.
I step through fear and set the cut. I kill the sound for one short beat, then strike. I take control in the empty night. I hold the edge and make the passing light. I drop the verdict where the crowns ignite. I mark the line across the glare and stay. I take the lead and keep it tight. If doubt returns, I cut it clean and slight. I end the case with burning dry.
The noise moves out, the light moves in. The line is sharp, the will is firm. I wait one count and press the floor. Snare climbs, claps align, cans pull hard, rails go wide. I kill the sound for one short beat, then strike. Flash, true, frames confirm the right. History prints along the line. The claim stands bright and stays defined. I mark the cut and keep the crown in sight. The flags fall down to symbols. If they resist, I press again tonight. I close the book with proof and fire. Cool intakes, fake slow. EP arcs thin to gray. The road rim hits count the start. EP taps draw a line.
I take one breath and hold the wheel. I keep the pace and watch the turn. The road is dry, the lights are thin. Your tail is near, I read your break. My hands stay calm, my eyes stay clear. The gap grows small like sharpened steel. I lean my weight and guard the seam. The curve is close, the sparks stay low. I keep the slide and aim for light. Base alone marks time.
Band breeze off. Key strike once.
I take one breath and watch the light. I hold the wheel and keep the pace. The road is dark and clean and dry. The draft grows strong and hides my sound. My hands stay calm, my eyes stay wide. Read your break and count one beat. I save my strength inside the wind. The gap grows thin like sharpened steel. I load my claim and do not speak. I hear a slow song in the air. I keep the line and keep my will. The paths pull in and push back out. I set my mark at the crest. I open fire from the hidden tank. Blue light rises and tears the night. I hold the edge and pass the proof. I drop the verdict and clear wide. I mark the cut across the glare. I take the lead and keep it tight. If fear returns, I cut it clean. I end the case with burning
Purge, hiss, shit, whoa, shirt, wash, sunburster.
I rid the dust that leaves your tire. I hear the pitch of rising heat. You guard the door grows thin. I take the seam and hold my breath. Your mirror shakes, the lane turns white. My nose points true, the exit clears. The crown accepts a simple fact. I claim the front and make it mine. I hear the soft note in them. I keep the line and count the time. The paths breathe slow and guide my hands. I set the stroke for the cut. I open fire from the hidden tank. Blue light rises and tears the night. I hold the edge and pass the proof. I drop the verdict and clear wide. I mark the cut across the glare. I take the lead and keep it tight. If fear returns, I cut it clean. I end the case with burning speed. I breathe once inside the wake. I keep my will and close my eyes. The noise falls back. The path grows clear. The light moves in. The doubt moves out.
Snare, climbs, claps the line. Pace, pump, hard, reps turn
I open fire from the hidden tank. Flash true frames confirm the lead. History prints along the line. The claim stands bright and stays defined. I mark the cut and keep the crown. The flags fall down to simple truth. If fate resists, I press again. I close the book with proof and
Then breathe out. Keys faith in.
the rose
Short notes, strike it down.
I hold the wheel and keep the line. I feel a thin cut living the turn. The road stays cold, my hands stay calm. Your lights draw close, I do not move. I read your break and count one beat. I lean the weight and guard the seam. The curve is near, the sparks stay low. I keep the slide and aim for light.
Bass alone marks time.
Rim hits, mark the gauge.
EP stabs, answer now.
I trust the cut that waits at the crest. An unseen blade hides at the crest. I use that edge and make the pass. I mark the line and hold the proof. I give the verdict in bright light. If fear returns, I cut it clean. leaves your tire. I hear the pitch of rising heat. You try to block, the door grows thin. I take the seam and hold my breath.
Your mirror shakes, the lane turns white. My hand stays still, the nose points true. The corner crowns this simple fact. I claim the front and keep it clear.
Hats, drill time in steady road.
Beat stabs, cut straight ahead.
Side chain pads pull and rise. I cross the edge and make it count. I use the shadow made by speed. I ride the air that you release. I keep the edge and save my strength. I pass the verdict on my clothes.
Line across the glare. I take the right to lead this turn. If fear returns, I cut it clean. I end the case with burn and brew. I breathe once inside the wind.
I stay unseen and hold my will.
I move my weight and set the cut.
The light turns clear, the doubt turns thin.
Snare climbs and claps a line. Hands pump hard, revs turn wide. I use the shadow made by speed. Flashes, true frames confirm the lead. History prints along the line. The claim stands bright and stays deified. I mark the cut and hold the crown. The checkers fall to simple truth. If fate resists, I press again. I close the book with proof and one last wash on the lane. EP fades. The road exhales. I hear the air cut once, EP stabs count the start. I hold the wheel and keep the line. You press too hard and drift outside. My hands stay calm, my eyes stay wide. The rear brakes loose, I choose the side. I read your angle and take the gap. I keep the throttle, I do not back. The curve is closed, the sparks are low. I keep the slide and make it slow. Alone marks time, Rim
draw a path.
I set the plan, I will send you wide.
I judge you with a skill that sends you wide. I mark the line and hold the slide. I keep the grip and cut the turn. I pass the sentence while the tires burn. I draw the proof across the lines. I keep the edge and make it right. If doubt remains, I take it outside. I end the case with a single ride.
that sends you wide. Flash clear frames confirm my side. History prints on the exit line. The claim stands bright and stays defined.
I draw the proof across the line.
Crowns fall down to the faster right.
If fate resists, I still decide. I close the book with a single ride.
One short whistle. EP fades. The road exhales.
Midnight glass lanes align. Crosshair roads, we draw the line.
Sodium rain on a graphite seam. Draft holds breath beat before the scream.
Telemetry whispers where the vectors meet. Knuckles stay steady, fire under feet.
Headlights fencing on a braided thread.
Delta goes filament wide instead.
Two angled futures in a shuttered view. Pick the cut and drive it through.
Clapstick tree, its rim goes snark.
Gate unlatches in a serrated.
Fate writes rules are not to fuel.
I cross the grain, declare the doom.
Men across duel, where the trails collide and carve the truth. Blades of turning light decide the proof.
No retreat lanes, no excuse to cancel.
Naming sparks at the X-line mantle. Men across duel, camera white when the crowds align.
Checkers fold under sovereign time.
When angles wrestle and nerves stay cruel.
I stamp the night with midnight cross duel. Track slice, top burst, shift, click, go. Trail break runes on a tungsten page. Torque rings verdict at a fighter's gauge. Inside vector like a hidden door. Ribbon splits open, I ask for more. Photo true frames in a common rain.
Tape can bargain with a loaded chain.
Intersection humming like a drawn steel rule. Edge says now, I cut it cool. Bass pulls taut, the math turns bright. Triad stabs to the night. Carve the duel where the paths cut through. Cross the beat and go straight true. Man, I cross duel where the trails collide, carve the truth. Blades of turning light decide the proof. No retreat lanes, no excuse to cancel. Name and sparks at the X-line mantle. Midnight cross duel, camera wide when the crowns align. Checkers fold under sovereign time. When angles wrestle and nerves stay cruel. I stamp the night with midnight cross duel. Gated EP like chrome on bone.
Quiet ways, the ground I own.
Hold then rise from the iron spool.
X marks verdict, cut is cool.
Snare ascends, clap stack swell. Cross rhythm teases, fuel the bell. moment I make the mark.
Sodium skyline on a carbon seam, draft line hush before the where the nerves align. I notch the throttle to a razor line.
Rear view crown on a borrowed right. Shadow sits heavy in my light.
You wrote a debt on the launch pad rail. I pay it back at redline hell.
Bass alone, rim goes tap.
EP stab, set the trap.
Gate unlatches, doubts turn thin.
I cut the silence, drop it in.
Throttle retaliation.
Smoke flare charge from the engine's heart.
Stop then go, let the pistons start.
If fate throws chains, I saw them apart. Naming the sparks.
Throttle retaliation.
Key strike steel, pads open wide.
Checkers bow
To the burning stride.
when justice asks for a detonation.
I light the road, throttle retaliation.
Song run wheel spinning night. Trail brake letters on a tungsten page.
Torque rings, verdict at a fighter's gauge.
Inside vector like a hidden door.
I slip the ribbon and ask for more.
Photo true frames and a strobe wide rain.